Alexander Diwani is a carpenter and he's lived here for over 2 decades, sharing his home with a hive of bees. But that's the least of his worries. His home could collapse at any time.
Nahofia pengine mafuriko ya Keja.
The rainy season is almost here. I fear that floods will sweep away my house. Even the iron sheets have holes. Water gets in and I have to stay in the house strategically to stay dry.
His children have moved out. So has his wife. Diwani doesn't have the money to fix his home, let alone move.
The reason I have been unable to renovate the house is that although I'm a carpenter, I don't really have a market. People order furniture but pay little cash. It takes a long time before they pay the full amount.
But Diwani's life is about to change, thanks to an initiative known as Jenga Keja. The program builds homes for people who really need them.
Jenga Keja is a community-based organization that is meant to get some families from very bad, desolate houses into habitable structures. Because out there you get that there are families that are living in conditions that are so bad.
Timothy too grew up in a slum, so he knows the daily struggle of poor housing.
I saw a house that had 2 kids and a father. These 2 kids were living in a house that looked like a kitchen coop. When you're outside, you could actually see everything that was inside the house. But what got us most was that when it rained, these 2 kids, the father was maybe a drunkard. He was not at home all the time. So when it rained, these 2 kids who lived inside the house in quotes, always had to go outside and go, when it was raining, they had to go outside and maybe shelter themselves in a toilet, meaning the toilet was more better than the house structure that they lived in.
The initiative identifies individuals and families most in need. From there, social media appeals help to raise the funds. Jenga Keja then uses a professional contractor and a lot of teamwork. But getting supplies and support remain a challenge for the initiative. Still, several people have benefited so far.
When Jenga Keja came, they asked if they could help and we agreed. When the house was completed and we moved in, I won't lie, I knelt down and thanked God. Now I am stress-free.
Thanks to my new house, I now sleep well, I eat well, and I'm happy.
Once complete, Diwani's house will be the 7th the Jenga Keja initiative has done in the last 1 year. They have an ambitious plan of doing about 10,000 houses in the next decade. But without a guaranteed source of funding and having to depend on well-wishers, it's not going to be easy. But Timothy and his team remain committed, choosing to focus on one house at a time as they keep hope alive for this community. Mwongeli, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.